Good morning students and welcome to the second part of the video on phrasal verbs. Yesterday I told you what phrasal verbs are and also discussed about some common verbal phrases. Today also I'll talk about some more phrasal verbs that we use and come across in our daily conversation. So let's begin. First phrasal verb is call off. This means to withdraw or end or cancel. For example, the students have called off the strike. Another example, they had to call off the match as the ground was too wet to play on. Then next is call for. This means to demand or need. For example, the workers called for a hike in their wages. Another example, democracy calls for discipline and hard work. The next phrasal verb is call in. Call in means to send for or to withdraw. For example, please call in the doctor at once. Another example, the manufacturer has decided to call in all old models of the car. The next phrasal verb is call by. Call by means to visit briefly while passing. For example, on my way to office, I will call by my sister. The next phrasal verb is call on or upon. This means to appeal or formally invite or request. For example, the Prime Minister called upon the youth to work for the betterment and progress of the country. One more example, I shall call on you next week. The next phrasal verb is call up. This means to recall. Example, sometimes I call up the days when I used to spend hours with my friends. The next phrasal verb is call at. Call at means to visit. For example, I called at my friend's place to inquire after his health. Then next phrasal verb is care for. Care for means bother about or love. For example, who cares for the poor? Then next is carry out. Carry out means to obey. For example, carry out the orders or face the consequences. The next is carry on. Carry on means to continue. For example, the supervisor asked the workers to carry on the work. The next phrasal verb is carry forward. Carry forward means transfer on some other page or column. For example, the amount mentioned on this page should be carried forward. Another example, he asked me to carry forward the balance to next page. The next phrasal verb is carry off. Carry off means to kill or to win. For example, 1/3 population of China was carried off by plague. Another example, Reena carried off most of the prizes. The next phrasal verb is carry through. Carry through means to support or complete successfully. For example, his courage and determination carried him through the ordeal. Another example, the secretary carried his plans through. The next is check in. Check in means to arrive in a hotel, at airport, etc. For example, we checked in at Hotel Taj at about 7 a.m. Next phrasal verb is close down. Close down means to shut down. For example, she wanted to close down the parlor. Next is come across. This means to meet perchance. Example, yesterday I came across an old friend in the evening. Then next is come of. This means belong to. For example, Divya comes of a royal family of Karnataka. So that's all for today. Thank you.